Welcome to Melee User Experience. Today we're going to cover insurance and also a little bit of customer service. Today, as you all know on my channel, I have the Samsung Galaxy Fold 4, and right now I'm actually having the issue where my where my screen, as you can kind of hear like the snap crackle pop. Yeah, I definitely don't like that. It's irritating. Let me stop doing it if it's irritating. But what my phone is doing now is it started to have it where the screen protector started to come up from the top part, and this is the manufacturer screen protector, and then now it made it all the way down to the base of the phone, and I don't know exactly if, with the screen protector, if it's like, 3M, kind of like tape where it's so strong that as it comes up, it brings the screen up too, or whatever. Not sure about that. And then also the other situation I'm having with my phone is that the phone will not open fully. It's basically doing like a V shape. So from what I've been looking at, some of the different blogs and some of the different content creators on YouTube, they've been talking about something about the hinge, and the design of some of the things that might be going on with it. Um, I don't know if there's been anything official where they said that it's faulty or whatever, but I know that there has been a number of people that have had the issue of their screen protector coming up. I've had my phone for about 17 months. Some people I've heard theirs actually started within the first 2, 3 weeks. So it just depends on your experience and how your phone was put together, I guess. Um, or as they would say, allegedly. Uh, but with the phone, I did have some doubts about the folds. With that situation going on, I'm used to having like the S20. Well, the last phone I had before this one was the S22 Ultra. The Note lines from Samsung, I'm used to those phones. The candy bar phone, where it's just one slab, it's not a foldable, it's not a flip, it's nothing like that. And never having that issue. Because for one, on most phones, well, on all phones, for the most part that I can speak for the ones I've used, they never came with a screen protector on the phone, from day one. So for myself, I never put a screen protector on my phone. One, because if I have a software issue or something like that, and I have to do an exchange with my provider, my carrier, they have you remove the screen protector in order to send the phone in. I don't have time to do all that. And pretty much for myself, I keep everything intact with my phone. My phone usually, if I go to trade it in, it's usually pristine, and it looks like it's brand new. I still even keep the box that it came in, and that still looks brand new. So it almost looks like they're getting a new phone when I trade it in. But besides that, the insurance process. As far as my phone, I did find out, of course, 17 months. Most of the time, a warranty for a phone, a manufacturer warranty, is like 12 months. I did see where Samsung was honoring and letting people know that for the situation with their fold phones and the screen protector, that they were going to honor them getting a new one and getting it for free from them, but it was within the 12-month period of the manufacturer warranty that you already have. So I don't know if they extended it. I know I spoke with an associate through their tech department that actually assess, the repairs, if you have a warranty, whatever's going on. They're the ones that tell you what you need to do, how much it may cost you, or if it doesn't cost you anything. As far as for me, there was no extension. They told me that I'd send the phone in. They were gonna give me like a 70% discount or something like that, because I've been, a customer of Samsung for years. So it was gonna cost me somewhere about $32, and then I might have a discount once they receive the phone. See that it might be just a screen protector, then it'll be just $20. So I was like, okay, I might go in and do it. Um, Long story short, went to my provider, which is actually T-Mobile. I called them because anytime I'm always used to ordering my phones from my carrier. I never go to the manufacturer, purchase the phone or whatever, because a lot of times I got good deals through my carrier. Well, actually, over the years, I haven't really gotten I have really haven't. um, I really haven't taken advantage of a lot of different deals, especially when it comes to Samsung phones through T-Mobile, because a lot of their deals, to me, in my opinion, they were geared towards new people or people that want to pay, different, tier of, you know, what do you call it? Um, I guess you say, whatever their plan is. They want to play a different tier or plan. And for me paying a different tier of the plan, basically it was going to be an additional $140 for the plan I already have that I'm grandfathered in. And I said, you know what? I'd rather save that money. And if I save that 140 for what, 12 months, that's already my phone right there. So there's no point in upgrading to something I don't have to upgrade to. So, but off of that, back to the subject. Um, I usually go through them. This time I actually went through Samsung. Samsung actually had a good deal. I don't see that they do it anymore, but in order to get the Fold 4, the Fold 4 was $1,800. But I was able to take my Samsung S22 Ultra, and also my wife, she had an S21 that she wasn't using and didn't really, wasn't really going to use anymore because she was actually switching to iPhone. Um, I went on and took both phones and was able to trade both in, and I ended up getting the Fold 4 for only $200. So that was actually a pretty good deal, especially for a foldable. I wasn't paying $1,800 for, but um, I went through the manufacturer Samsung. I didn't know that with your carrier that once you purchase from an outside company, from the straight from the manufacturer or whatever, even if the phone is brand new and from day one you actually purchased it as a carrier through the company's site, and you get the company SIM card, that you voided whatever manufacturer warranty with T-Mobile to do a handset exchange or whatever. So from that point, you have to deal with the manufacturer. Now, if you have anything of an insurance claim and you have insurance with T-Mobile or whoever your carrier is, then you can go and do that, claim or whatever with that. So, spoke to T-Mobile over the phone. They got me over to the tech department. Spoke with the tech. They went through everything, asked me all the questions, water damage, any screen damage, is it still functioning, all that stuff. And then they let me know that with me having a fold phone, it's a more complex situation with them checking it out. So you actually have to go into the store for them to look at your phone, inspect it, see what it is that they recommend. If you qualify for a manufacturer handset exchange, then they would do it in store, have the phone delivered to the store or to your home, and then you go from there. And then if you couldn't get that, then you had to go and, get do a claim through your insurance. So go to the store, talk to an associate, they take me through the whole process and everything. I guess they're not seeing something on their end, but I'm talking to them and, letting them know, yes, I did get the phone from Samsung. So they did tell me, they said, okay, yeah, so that's why it's not popping up in our phone, in our system, that you have a warranty exchange, that you're eligible for that. So they gave me like a little post-it with the insurance website for me to go and make the claim and then also to call the number, whichever one was simpler for me. So I just said, okay, that's no problem. And then they also proceeded to tell me, you know what, they could have did this over the phone and told you that you weren't eligible for the manufacturer handset exchange and that you should just go straight through the insurance because they actually can order the phone too if you qualified for that. And, it kind of stopped me in my tracks because, you know, this is what I was told to do. So when I said, okay, so they could have did it over the phone, I thought their policy was for me to come in for a foldable for you to inspect it. And they said, no, they could have did it over the phone. Honestly, they just wanted to get you off the phone, have you come in here and have us tell you that you couldn't do it and that you have to file a claim. And I mean, for me, that was a little disturbing because I'm like, I deal with y'all all the time. And I just took time and money out of my pocket to come to the store and waste that time that I could be doing something else. And so I, said thank you, got everything I needed to get or whatever, got the email address, or not the email address, but the website for the insurance company. Went to the car, got halfway to the car, and I went right back into the store and I said, okay, let me get this straight. You said that basically I was on the phone with them. They could have handled it on the phone, regardless of the excuse that they said of this being a complex phone, and that somebody has to see the phone in order to inspect it and then to give me the right direction to where I need to go. So basically, they just tried to get me off the phone. They said, unfortunately, sir, yes, I'm sorry for that, but yeah, they could have did everything over the phone. So I said, okay. And just for myself, I've been a customer service professional for over 25 years. And one thing for sure, when it comes to, something like that, you never want to make the customer feel like you're wasting, that their time is being wasted, period. Now, whether, it was something or something could have been done or whatever, it could have been somebody that might be new, that didn't know that part or whatever. But you just taking care of it the way that you need to, that just helps. Sorry about that. Daughter had to go to sleep and I had the lullaby. It was actually on my tablet. And I'm like, what in the world? It just started back up. But outside of that, um, you know, getting back to it, went back to my car. Didn't leave the store just yet, just in case there might have been something else that they told me that I needed to do. But I went on, called T-Mobile back, spoke to an associate. The associate just said, you know what? Or I asked them, I said, okay, what is your policy on handset exchanges for foldable phones? What process do I need to go through? And they told me, well, we go through the questions over the phone, but then after we get done with, the water damage, is your phone still, turn on? Is there any, is your screen broken? After we go through those things, those prompts, then we have you go to the store because we can't assess the phone over the phone because it's a foldable phone. If it was a regular, just slab phone, we'd easily be able to just do that and then take your word. And if you felt more comfortable, you can actually go into the store and still have them inspected. It's just up to you. But when it comes to the foldable phones, you have to go into the store and then they have to assess what it is that you need to do and if you're eligible. So I said, thank you. I appreciate the information that you gave me. You guys probably need to send some training down to some of the stores within the area and inform them of the policy to where they don't make that mistake of telling a customer that somebody just wasted your time and you didn't have to come down here. They could have told you that over the phone and handled everything like that. So, on the customer service tip, one thing that I will highlight and say to you is that if you're ever on the phone and you know how when you call in and you're about to speak to them, whether it's about your bill, you're about to order something new, or whatever, you're about to move, whatever. When you're on the phone with that associate, before you get to them, usually you have that voiceover that comes on and basically says, "This call is being monitored for training purposes only." So when they have that, if you're on the phone with somebody and you have something that you had an experience with or whatever, and you have a solution for it, you can let the associate know, hey, just so you know, after they say, is there anything else we can do for you, whatever, I just let them know, just so you know, um, I want to speak to the company. This isn't for you. This isn't directed at you. This is directed to the company because they have I can actually speak to them because they listen to the calls. They were like, yeah, yeah. I said, okay, so my message is to them. It's not you. So if you mind, I can go on and just say what I need to say to them. And then one of the things that I will let them know, like I will let Samsung know, as far as when it comes to the manufacturer warranties. If you know that there's an issue and there's possibly an extension or whatever for whatever that issue is, known issue or anything, and you stand behind your product, extend that outside of that 12 months that you already automatically give with getting the brand new device. I would say let's do 18, 24 months. And then what that does is that for people that's paying $1,800 for your product, your phone that you're, saying putting out there for people to want to buy and, take hold of and, really enjoy. Extend it and stand behind the product if there is that issue or you're having a lot of complaints about it or whatever. If you're going to do an extension, extend it out at least 24 months. I mean, the screen protector, if that is just what it is, and that's the one thing that's, holding it up or whatever, and that's the issue, then, that screen protector costs you $20. I mean, that's not a whole lot. Now, if you have a lot of faulty products, then yeah, that can add up to that. But you just had people spend $1,800 on a phone. I mean, honestly, even if it was $200 on the phone, still same thing. But that would be something I would say to the company over the phone with an associate and saying directly to the company for them to get feedback. Because I'm just going to say like this, a lot of people aren't giving feedback to companies and they're wanting that information. You know, I'm not going to go down that road. We'll talk about that on another video as far as giving feedback. But after that whole situation, I ended up calling the insurance company, did the claim, and basically from my phone, let them know what was going on. And it was just weird because even when I spoke to them, they were like, okay, so what's going on with your phone? I said, well, there's a known issue with Samsung Fold 4 phones where the screen protector is coming up, the one that came with the manufacturer's screen protector. It's coming up and it's basically coming off the screen. I don't know exactly what it's doing to the screen, but I know one thing is that my phone will not completely open. It will not lay flat. I had to explain myself at least 2 or 3 times for the person to say, okay, so what's going on with your phone? Once they understood what it was that I was saying, then they just said, okay, well, let's do this. Any water damage, any screen damage, I said nothing outside of the wear and tear of just having the phone, period. Just that. So they just told me, they were like, you know what, we don't have any more Fold 4s, 512 gigabytes. So what we'll do is we're going to actually upgrade you to the Fold 5, 512 gigabytes. And we don't know what color it's going to be. Hopefully it's going to be close to the color that you have, which I actually have the gray green. But they said that they're going to, upgrade it and then they'll send it to me. Only $200. So for me, I just said, you know what, hey, brand new phone, just go through the insurance rather than going and trying to repair the phone and do all this stuff and everything and then have even more things happen to it. I'll just go through with the claim. So one thing I say when it comes to your phones, you take pictures. Some of you are actually using your phones, to do videos or, capture moments, just different things that you're doing with these phones. And you're spending a lot of money on them. And one of the things I would say is insure your phones, insure your devices. I mean, just for this, if I didn't insure this phone and I really liked it and I wanted to get it back, that would have been $1,800 that I would have to come up with on top of what I already spent on the phone before. Just to have the experience of a foldable like I wanted before. Even if it's not a foldable phone, still, I would say weigh your pros and cons. Look into the insurance with your carrier. Look into the insurance. I know as far as Samsung has like Samsung Care Plus. And then of course, you have Apple. Apple has Apple Care. Look at all of them. Look and see, what type of reviews does Samsung Care Apple have, with them, directly being the manufacturer and you doing an exchange or getting a new phone or getting something fixed. What are the pros and cons that you're hearing, good and bad from, like I always tell people, check out the good reviews, check out the bad reviews, and then, deduce it, find out some family and friends or whoever that probably went through that same situation, go from there. But I just say, look into that option and, see what works best for you. Now, for those of you that, it don't matter about the insurance, you can drop and get 4 phones if you want to at the drop of a hat and just pay cash. Hey, that's perfect. Whatever, whatever works for you. If you want to just go on and, you don't believe in doing that whole insurance thing, you feel a certain way about it. Hey, that's understandable. Do what works best for you. But what's going to make sure that you still have your device that you invest in, make sure that you have it available to you when you need it. So, outside of that, um, I would say definitely. I'm still waiting on the phone. They did say it's gonna be like a 6-day delay. I think I'm probably past that now, but still waiting on the phone. But I will say, yeah, the insurance for me, my experience, has been a lifesaver. With not having to come out the full price of the phone, being able to get the new phone, whether it's, not the same one because they don't have it anymore, but they give a comparable phone that actually is close to, if not better than what it is you had before. I mean, just in my opinion, you can't beat it. So definitely make sure insure your phones if you want to. It's come in handy for me. And so definitely, I hope you got a lot from the video. If there's anything, if you had any experiences with the insurance, or if you didn't have insurance, definitely put it in the comments. I like to see what it is, what your experience has been. You know, were you with, the manufacturer? Did you go through Apple Care? Did you go through Samsung Care Plus? Did you go through your carrier? What was your experience? I want to be able to see that and, get to learn from that. And I mean, I know with T-Mobile how their policy and what they do, but I don't have AT&T, haven't had Verizon. What are their policies? How do they look at things? Different things like that. So definitely like to hear from you guys, and if any questions you have too. But outside of that, like the video, share it. Anybody that you know that might be going through that situation, share it. Um, I know there was a running joke that I always had. I always seen people that had Apple phones, and for whatever reason, it was like I always thought they bought their phones uh, screen already broken. Like it was just bought like that. Cause no matter what it was and how long they had the phone, their screen was always broken. You'd always see them over there scraping to try and type or swipe or do something. And I'm like, man, my finger's hurting from seeing y'all do that. But there is something too where I do see that there's people that do have insurance that don't even use it. If you have insurance and you walking around scraping your phone and trying to hit it at a certain angle so that you don't scratch yourself, if you don't go on and use that and make that claim to get your phone fixed or find somebody that actually can fix your screen, do that. Use it on your next phone. Get insurance, something, but utilize that. I'm sorry for my rant on that, but yeah, that's why I never seen iPhone in a different light until my wife got it, and then I got one too. The main reason why I got one was because, like I said, certain phones carriers have better deals. The only reason why I got my phone is because it was only, it was like a buy one get one. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take the free one because basically I wasn't paying for them. But get off that soapbox. But end of the day, like, subscribe, share with your family and friends, whoever can have use to it, and look forward to seeing you all, in the comments, and also look forward to seeing y'all next time when we do another video. Y'all take care. Have a good night. Love y'all.